Yo, good evening, good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Now, I asked last week who was up for a training and how to get into group coaching instead of doing one-on-one. So I just wanted to share here a story. And this story is from one of my clients. And when he came to me, he was burnout, coaching like roughly 40 hours every week. That was one-on-one with his clients. And he was exhausted. He did have a passion for what he was doing. He did love coaching, but it gets to the point that you get drained and exhausted because you're working so hard and you need to be there present for your clients and you give it all to every one of these sessions. But can you imagine like 8 hours a day? Some days would be longer. So, like this is totally insane. He's like, hey, business is going well, but I'm burning out. So he was roughly 40 hours a week. 1 week would be less, 1 week would be more. He was always trying to make it work for the clients. And he would have online clients and offline clients. Okay. So this was a very particular case, but it happens the same with online coaches or 100% online coaches or consultants. Now, this is a great problem to have, right? Like you have plenty of clients, there's no problem, clients are coming to you. But what ends up happening is that at some point you don't have time to find more clients. And what happens is that if you have all that many clients and you not focus on one particular problem, one particular niche, you become the jack of all trades of the coaching industry, right? You're helping a life coach or a business coach, and everyone comes to you with a different problem. And what you do is try to solve everyone's problems the best possible way to add as much value as you can, thinking that if you say no to a client, you're gonna add less value, you're gonna make less impact, and you're gonna make less income. And what happened is what happened to my client. So what was the solution here? Because he went from being an overworked 40 hours a week coach or entrepreneur to 4 hours a week expert that was having time for the family, time to grow the business, time for health, time to have a life. And his clients were happier than ever. And he was making the most money than ever. And he was making the biggest impact he ever made in his business. So how did we do that? So what we did, and that's super important. Okay, take some notes. By the way, if you're watching, please let me know where you're watching it from. And if that's a replay, you're watching the replay, please type replay, because this is a question that I keep getting asked over and over again. And to me, it's obvious because I did that since I started my business, but a lot of coaches starting up or that have been in the industry for a little while, then it doesn't come naturally because it's a little bit counterintuitive. So that's what we did. We looked at all his clients, okay? And what we did with all these clients is to make a selection of the clients that he was enjoying the most working. Why did we do that? Because you're always going to be naturally inclined to work with a particular kind of client. And usually what happens is that you're going to enjoy solving or helping your clients overcome a very particular kind of problem. Why? Because we are all different, and I enjoy solving problems. And I enjoy solving like technical problems and stuff, but some of the people enjoy something different. So what it means is that you become really good at the things that you enjoy doing. And it is the area that you give and you add more value to your clients' lives. So what we did is one thing, look at all the clients, make a selection of the best clients, okay? The second thing we did is look at everyone else and we got rid of these clients. Why? Because we didn't care about them? No, because we cared about them and he knew that another coach would be serving them in a better way because he would be more dedicated, more committed, and adding more value to their lives. So by giving up some money, by giving up some clients, what we did is to make room for the ones that he was enjoying working with, for the ones that were getting the most impact. Now, coincidentally, what happened is that all these clients that he chose to work with, they would all fit into a niche, whether they were dealing with similar problems, or they would belong to a similar demographic. And it's usually always like that, okay? if you are working with people and you genuinely, try to add as much value as you possibly can. So what happened here is that with the clients that he was coaching on one-on-one and spending 1-2 hours a week with each one of them, now he was spending 1 hour a week in a group coaching setting. Now, because they were all having similar problems, it was very easy to run group coaching calls. But when we started doing that, he didn't get rid of all the one-on-one sessions. He said, hey, look, I'm building this new setting. It's going to be very powerful. You're going to get in touch with a community of like-minded people that they're struggling with similar things as you are. So you're going to get the support not only from myself, but from the community. So by doing that, what you're doing is you're adding more value to your clients, because your clients might have your one-on-one time, and that's great, but it is the power of the community that is going to help you take your life, your business to the next level. And don't underestimate that, because your clients, what they want is to get the results fast. And if you let them see how this is going to improve their lives or their businesses, there shouldn't be any objection, but you need to believe in that. If you believe that that's rubbish, that this is never going to be effective, it's going to be very hard for you to help them make this transition. But what this resulted with was he did this group coaching call. It would go between 1 and 2 hours a week. And everyone else was getting some one-on-one time, but instead of 1 or 2 hours a week, they would be getting like 1 or 2 hours a month. So that was like maximum 4 hours a week of coaching. Now, with the time that he got now, what we did was put in place strategies and systems to attract this new kind of clients that he was enjoying working with. He was adding a biggest amount of value. Therefore, they were willing to pay more money. So now he was not only making more impact, giving his clients a better experience, but he was also making more money. And he was also saving his marriage. He was also spending more time with the kids. So it was a win-win-win. Look at from wherever you want to look at it. And this is how you go from one-on-one coaching to group coaching without losing anything. Actually, you can increase and grow if you do that. So I hope that's helpful, guys. Comment in the comments. Let me know in the comments below if that's been helpful. Some people ask me for that. I'm gonna tag some people here, and yeah. And if you're doing the one-on-one crazy burnout thing, and you feel like there is no way to grow out, because the other thing that happens is that when you're helping everyone, what you're doing is trading time for money, and you're competing with everyone else that's selling their time cheaper. And time is the only resource that's never going to come back. There's no more time. You cannot generate time. You can always make more money. You cannot make more time. So think about it. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's take business to the next level. Thank you. Bye. Okay, let me shut down.